so they can actually repair shit too. That's it, coming back soon. Got like one of the cats like sleeping next to me. I basically just like put one of my shirts in like a carrier case that the door's broken on, and like one of my cats basically just keeps on going in there. That was the plan. Kind of like they like to have a little hide or something. So it's like looking up for text boxes and stuff. I can't go down there, but it looks like I should be able to. There we go. Card collector. Hey, buddy. I'm a telephone card collector. Got any cards I could see? May have some. What do you want? I just collect them myself. After I see cards for the first time, I just want to lose. That's why I don't mind just admiring someone else's collection. I'm actually a pretty old collector, don't it? Why don't you just drop the hobby? I can't just give it up. I couldn't go on living without revealing in telephone card collections. I need them. To each their own, fine. I don't mind showing you my cards. Don't bother with the inconvenient set though. Yeah, only full 3 card sets would do for me. There's card sets. You know, like cards A, B, or C, got them? Because there's 3 different cards for each girl. When you complete a set, come and show me. What a picky guy, ain't ya? The funny thing is like, I didn't realise there were sets. I just liked the pictures of the girls. I don't know if I have any. The answer is no, I don't. So my health hasn't actually healed from... yeah, not really. Because I saw like these in like Mob Psycho, like the kind of octopus balls. I think I saw them in London as well. When I went to like the Chinatown bit. The only thing though is like I wasn't really too interested in them. I'm not a fan of octopus. Oh, like quite a lot actually. Strider. Like if I could, like I would. One thing I would like the British Empire to become the British Empire again. Is like one of the things. The other thing is just like, yeah. Beyond that, though, another one is France in general. Like the idea with like France, just like you know, just there was a France here, not anymore. You know, since growing up, that's always been like a wish. Just like we're aiming for this country. Oh no, France went instead. Oh no, yeah. Oh, 100%. Like when it comes to like France in general, I think like we shouldn't even let any like people out. We can't have any French escape. We can't we can't let the kind of like anything French escape the zone. And then what I say is then we let Belgium take sort of like elements of France. For example, like people talk about their food as in their baked goods. So I say we give like Belgium the baked goods, because then we also got the chocolate as well. So Belgian chocolate and Belgian like desserts go up. Wine, us Brits are alcoholics. We can take the wine stuff from them, and then destroy the rest of it. And then like destroy the rest of France. We take the bits that we like. Kind of for example, we like get Expedition 33. We somehow like wiggle out the French stuff from it and turn it into like just any other country but France. but still make like just don't somehow change the entirety of the game. But like I love Expedition 33, but to be honest, that French part of it is to me isn't. I don't know what Torah is. When I write up Torah, I'm getting uh, oh Liz okay, so what we can do is we can let like Torah out, like we can let them escape. Like technically, in that same note, you get someone like Beanie, or like I think they're friends with Ham, or at least like they watch Ham. Um, like for example, she's apparently not French. She lives in France, from what I understand, but we kind of just like get anyone who we we have to be very selective. Obviously, we don't want the French to grow. Oh, sorry, someone's at my door. Okay, I'm back. Like, there's not many French that we can say are good. Uh, like, we'll have to be very selective with it. Also, the thing that called me to the door was, I got like a package. I was confused for 2 seconds, and then I realised why I was confused. Cause it's like, um, with UC, like they were saying to me, "Oh, as you've started a new job a few weeks ago, you've already received your pay and stuff, but we want to give you some shoes, some socks, some trousers to go along with your work, or like your new work." Um, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I don't mind that." And they also wanted me to pay out for like a £69 bus ticket, and I'm like, I'm only going there like twice a week. I don't need like a whole month's ticket. Uh, Especially as like I don't know where like 69 is going to come out from. Like, does it come out from me or does it come out from their side? I don't pay for a £69 like ticket that I don't need to use. But yeah, with France we like destroy that, and then like so there's like certain countries which be like nice to kind of add to that tier list as well of not as bad as France, but might as well like add it onto there. Then again, this might be like a unliked opinion. I say we keep North Korea, but ideally we send like make a deal with North Korea to send prisoners there, right? So then like instead of us having to pay to house criminals, we just hand it to someone else to do. Yeah. To be honest, though, like you got something like Russia, where it's some reason it's like struggling against like a much smaller country. I understand that country's getting backed by other countries, but uh, I believe militarily wise, it's only one country fighting Russia, and it's like it's been going on for over a year. Or actually, how many years has it been going on for now? I feel like it's been like over 3 years or something like that. And then stuff like China, like I also kind of agree. The thing is, like, when it comes to China, like you'd have, for example, some people talk about how great China is and stuff like this, and it's like then you look into some of the stories about it. Like I was watching this YouTuber who like lived in China for like 5 to 8 years or something like that, and talked about like tofu structures and talked about like uh, some of the incidents that happened inside there. Yeah, I never actually understand stuff like that because I feel like when you're a bigger nation, right, uh, and you're going against like a country that's literally like one, not even 1/5, not even like maybe like 1/16, maybe smaller of your country. I do wonder like how it is that these countries like struggle so much, or like why wars and stuff get dragged out for so long. Because I understand it's not ethically to like point out like, hey, well, you could just technically blitz the whole thing, but I mean, it would get things quicker. Oh yeah, I think it's like there's a thing you can there's like a this map thing you can do, and it like lets you select countries to see like how big they are in comparison to other countries. So it's something like, for example, I think like Brazil is like kind of like most of America, I think it is, or like a big chunk of America. And then you get something like Australia, and Australia is like bigger than the US. It's just that like I think it's like like places people can actually live because how hot it gets in Australia is like uh, a lot different. As well as like I believe it's like from what I understand, um, yeah, depending on like countries. The thing that you get like the UK, and the UK like no matter where you bring it, it's tiny. Uh, which also like the more the depressing part of being from the UK. Like also, I was watching this like TikTok clip yesterday, maybe in this morning. I can't exactly remember. That made me like laugh. It was this like guy like getting asked his opinion on Scotland versus Ireland whiskey, and he was saying that how he prefers the Irish whiskey. Because unlike Scotland, who can't even leave in a referendum, uh, how like Ireland just literally just straight up revolted, like had an actual like fight. Then again, at the same time though, it's like when it comes to I don't know how much you know about this Strider because it's like UK stuff, right? But it's like the Scots basically had a referendum to leave like the UK or to like be its separate, like out of the UK entirely. Um, but the thing when it comes to that, right, is like there's like a lot of things between England and Scotland that's kind of like merged together from the hundreds of years it's been together, as well as a lot of people that live in Scotland have to travel into England for work. Like a large portion of the people that's there, they have got resources to like make more jobs, but like most countries, when they have like the ability to make jobs, they choose not to. That goes for like both Scotland and England and stuff like that. For example, like there was like this debate recently where it was talking about like putting in some uh, sort of some oil mines or gas mine. I can't remember exactly what it was, like something to do with like fuel, about like putting some more in the Northern Sea or something like that, instead of paying like Norway or something who literally do the same, who literally do that as well. There is a recent debate, and basically it was like uh, our MP was like our Prime Minister was there going like, well, no, we can't. We have to like focus on green energy only, and it just like we're in a state where like a lot of people are not being able to afford bills, pay for like rent and stuff like that, and instead of like doing something that would cut the cost, like energy costs down, uh, like my current like prime minister is talking about how no, it says in the law that we can't do that, and you're there going like, but this is a law which like the prime minister can literally choose to like change to allow him to do it. Oh no, we can't do that because it's green energy, and it's like it's all good to be green, but like at the cost of like the sort of people not being able to afford bills and going homeless. I feel like it'd be better just to like put in some extra like, do stuff that would like cut costs, do stuff that will create jobs, do stuff that like will actually bring some money into the country, or like at least keep the money circulating in the country. Yeah, that's more about governance. The thing is, like, when it comes to the UK, it's like, not exactly sure, but I think it's like our Prime Minister has something like it's either 20 or 12% of the population is actually likes him, something like that. So, that's quite a bit. Like, I got a skill that's supposed to let me, like, alright, there's some billions. I love it when they land like that. There you go. Fallen guy. What's with this creeper? Stadium jumper stunt. I'm hurt. Did this guy get a snot kicked out of him? He's so much pain, he can't even talk. Give him medicine. What am I gonna do? Hand over. A lot of health and heat. Little health boost. I don't really mind. Money isn't really the hardest thing in this game to like get. Here you go, power, drink this. Gulp, gulp. You alright?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm feeling much better now, thank you. I'm happy that I had healing stuff on me, because that could have gone sideways. Want to tell me what happened? Why'd you get laid out? It's because I was chasing a dream. Here we go. What about a dream? The dream so boldly walk across Iowa Bridge. Alright. A grand old dream, like walking across a bridge, sure, does explain why you got beat to an inch of your life. Except not really. I mean, like, come on. It wouldn't take more than a minute or two to just scroll across this bridge. But it's not that simple. Why is that? Because of the staging I'm wearing. What? Okay, I was wondering like if it was just like a way of saying like a jacket or like a football jacket. I know you don't know what a stagun is. What terrible. That's terrible. You're not with the times at all, so not cool. Especially like my character's supposed to be 24, so he should be like at least somewhat up. Like at the very least, I can understand, like, well, to a degree I understand when I hear like my nephew use the word like Riz, Skibbity, Sigma. You know, I got like a vague idea. Like when you use like Ohio. There are also like terms of which I wouldn't say dislike. But I guess I'm in the same vein as like 6-7 for me. Like, why did she say that to you? It was like with my grandma, it's like when I speak to her, she's normally quiet and doesn't say much. That's quite the misspelling. It's like I don't know if you've ever had like a friend like mess around with your autocorrect, where they've like made it so when you hit like well, like when you leave your phone to do the autocorrect for something, it lets you just post in a different word instead of a junior. So now we smashed the. From what I understand, when it comes to your school, didn't you mention before that there was like issues with the food and stuff? But like I heard about, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I was like watching someone who talked about like a lot of schools in the US, like shutting down for apparently not having like proper, like not just food but like stuff for people. So yeah, I saw a YouTuber that was talking about how like some schools were getting shut down for like not just like for buying non like meals that don't follow what like the US say has to be done, but also like for like schools like struggling to even pay like for the like to even like for the property they're on. There's also when it comes to school foods, I remember like the YouTuber I was watching, he talked about how apparently tomato ketchup was classified as a fruit or veg or something like that. So like with schools requirements, apparently if they give you something like ketchup, that would be considered one meal 5 a day. Even though like something like tomato ketchup is literally like a lot of sugar and some tomato puree, and yeah, like I guess like technically it would have some of the features of it. But hi, Gally, doing all right? Hope you're doing okay. Just playing some Yakuza. EP. Because I assume like for you it's like pretty late then. Like for me it's like only like 2:44, soon to be like 3 like PM. It's part of the British time. Like currently just like playing some Yakuza. uh, is it like you've not long gotten up? I know you were in Merc's stream, so I'm assuming like uh, either you're up at like sort of 4 or 5 in the morning to like uh, it's like I imagine you keep yourself pretty busy though, or you might also, I don't know if you work or not, but I imagine that you also might be doing like late nights or uh, hot. Like with my last job, I used to do like 10, like around about 10 hours, but like it could occasionally stretch up to like sort of 11, like rarely 12 hours. But like travel time was like 2 hours back and forth. And off the feed in my system currently. Oh, hopefully I can help for that. But it's like, oh, I think it's kind of weird for me, but it's like, for example, um, like when I have like Monster and like caffeinated drinks, they don't really keep me awake too much. Oh god. Like, the thing is, with here, it's like, uh, so when you're over 18, it's different when you're 16, there's like some limitations. But like, after being 18, you can work kind of like any shifts, but there is some conditions with it. Stuff like, if you are doing like a very long shift, like let's say I'm doing like a 12, or if by chance it somehow goes over, there's supposed to be like 11 hours between my shifts. But like at my last job, there was like one shift where like I left at 1 in the morning and they wanted me in for like 9 a.m. Then like after begging them, they was like, okay, we might let you in at 10. So I came in at 10. Literally like got picked up by my sister and was like went to her house. Got pizza at 3 in the morning. Uh, and then it was like after eating pizza, I went to bed for about a few hours. Woke up, left for work again. But yeah, I don't know. I've never had like pre-workout stuff, to be honest. The thing, if I have like caffeine, it's normally through like an energy drink, or it would be through something like coffee or something like that. The thing is like well, when I like one is I'm actually quite like I am a big boy, but it's also like when it came to when I was losing weight, uh, the way I did it was just like eating bread and then just like sort of exercising for a few minutes each morning and then just like not eating snacks. Just I literally had a massive baguette. I was just constantly like slowly eating through. Oh, actually, C4. I think the thing is, I don't think I can buy those in store, but I have seen them on the TikTok store. I used to get like one. So when I was working my last job, and I was working either 5 to 6 days a week, I used to basically get like at the beginning, or like as soon as I got my pay, I would get like two 24 packs, yeah, of like Monster, and I'd basically be going through that between like my paychecks, and then I'd always run out like too soon beforehand. In college, I used to drink something like I think it was well, depending on the day, it could be like four more. Uh, when I was in college, like of monsters. Like my tutor when I was in school was like, kind of concerned about like me having a heart attack. And I'm like, they're going like to be honest, like if the sort of stuff on my heart doesn't do that, then you know, cause like I've already like always joked from in school onwards about how I'll die at the age of 51 either from like a heart attack or I'll get hit by a double decker bus. Um, it's kind of like what I kind of like see my future potentially being. At the same time, though, like I'm like 27 now. In a few months from now, I'll be 28, and then like ever so slightly closer to getting to 30, which is the idea that scares me. Uh, on my first job, my first job was basically like in a retail shop inside a hospital, and it was like we would have basically police officers that are sort of bringing in like people that have obviously like been arrested to get checked out and stuff like that. And some people were like people who were like criminals, but they're in like a long stay because they had like a long recovery. They would literally have like two bodyguards, for example. That would be like the guy would be chained to. Uh, and if one of the police officers did have to walk away, they would normally like chain whoever to like like a chair or something. One would be keeping an eye, and the other one would like go out. I was like able to talk to one of like, the police officers that was like escorting one of these guys, and it was like he was just like talking to me. We were having like a nice chat for a little bit. he told me about it was like coming up to Christmas time, and I remember him telling me about how he came off of like these like two very long shifts, uh, like just because like uh, it's basically like I think it was like someone called in ill or someone called in sick, so he was asked to cover for them. So he was like doing, I think he was doing like a double shift or something, just to like cover for that person or until like someone could take over. As well as like when it came to the hospitals, that it wasn't often, but there were cases of where like we had stuff like people actually get away. Like I remember there was one time where they gave a warning out to say to watch out for someone because someone actually escaped, and then they apparently found them about 2-3 hours later in a bush. Cause it's kind of hard to hide when you're in like one of the doctor robes, patient robes, uh, in like the middle of like nowhere. Where well, I'd say nowhere. There's like a neighborhood near it, but like you have to walk like a good like half a mile, and people are gonna pay attention to someone in like, uh, like patient like clothing. There was also like one time like so this is my first job. My manager basically was going to go out for a smoke and asked me to look after the cafe area. And I remember like as she was going out to go for a smoke, she got stopped by these people with like guns of rubber bullets. Basically at the A&E side, someone had like poured oil over themselves with a lighter and was trying to get into the A&E bit to light themselves on fire. Well, like basically they wanted to light up the A&E. In the end, I think it was like they were able to like get him without any injuries. Uh, and I believe he got done for attempted arson. It was in like the local paper at the time. He's like some did have like different like stuff on, but it's like this was someone who had like not long went in. I think they came in from like a crash or something. I'm not sure exactly what the crime was, but I think with like that one, it was like uh, because they had to like go through actual surgery. I think it was like they were in like just patient like garbs, just so they didn't have to like cut off anything. But he's like also when it comes to like the police officers, like yeah, they've always like been quite nice when it came to like at my work. The thing is, I was talking to one of the security guards of that one. Apparently, like he was just like holding the door shut while the guy was trying to like, sort of get the door open. It was one of those things of like, apparently he was having like a mental episode for something. Uh, I don't know exactly sure what the reason is, but just like, yeah, it became a story on our local papers, and it was just like. Yeah, it's one of the things you don't actually expect sometimes to be like around where crime is happening. Like for example, I live in like a town where like it does have a lot of people, but like nothing really happens here. It's a very quiet town in general. There's like some areas that's a bit more rough. Uh, it's like for example, so around where I live, there's been like 3 murders. Uh, but uh, I don't know if you survived from a tiger, to be honest. Um, Around where like I live, there's been like 3 murders. Uh, like 2 up the road from me and 1 down the road from me. Uh, and it was like the 2 that's up the road were cases of like someone tried to like steal something off of an elderly person. Someone came to intervene, and then the person that came to intervene got stabbed and died. And then we have like down the road from me, there was something. Yeah, but like luckily, like it's really rare for that to happen here. Like stuff like murders or like deaths here is it's normally well, benefit is mostly people having like drug overdoses. If I had to guess. Uh, but like for example, like down the road from me, there was a case of like it was something like a lady called in her ex-partner to come down from like northern England down to southern England to basically sort of get her current partner. I don't know like why they did this, because like the thing is they worked out that it was a planned thing between the two of them, and they decided to do this on like a major bus route in like not just the neighborhood but like in like the city I'm in. It's like a major bus like network. So apparently they murdered this person in broad daylight as like a double decker of but like people on a bus is like driving by. So like there was more than a few witnesses to it. But they wouldn't shoot here because there's not many people here that have guns. I think it's like there's like a very small percentage of the population that have guns. The most typical gun people have here is actually a shotgun, and it's like, from my understand, you need to like go to your GP and get like an okay for a mental check from them. You need to go. I think you need to get permission by your local. I think it's like police station or something like that, and as well as like. I think they also do like a home visit to see your property and stuff like that. Like not for here. Yeah, it's like I don't think there's any concealed carry unless you're military. And even then, it's like gun crimes here are super rare. Like in London, you get stuff like occasionally where people have gotten like guns that have like come in like like World War One and Two guns that have like been like occasionally, but it's really rare. There's like the only thing I ever shot before is a rifle, and that was like when I was I didn't do it for long. I did like army cadets, but they let me shoot one. Like to be honest, I don't know enough about guns. It could have been a rifle, or it could have been like something similar to a rifle. It's just like I was like, I say it has to be maybe something similar, just because it's like I was quite like young at the time, so maybe it was like an air powered like not like an airsoft rifle or something like that maybe. But it's like when it comes to here, it's like for example, in your home you can own like knives, and then recently they've changed laws when it comes to swords. So it used to be that you could have like swords and stuff in your home, and now it's like, oh, you can't have like for some reason katanas were like one of the ones that they like banned for some reason. Uh, but then it's also like if you're outside, you're allowed to have like a knife that's within a certain length. But then if you're caught with it outside, you can still get arrested if you don't have a reason to why you have it on you. And you can't have anything for self defense here, because if you have something on you for the purpose of self defense, then that's actually breaking the law, because of that means you have an item you intend to use for a situation. I should within the 400. The thing's like, I think also with here you have to join like a gun club as well on top of it. So, because also they'll ask you like why you want a gun, and you basically have to say like you're collecting them, you're doing it for sports, you're doing it for hunting, um, like there's like a lot of different hoops if you want a gun here, and it's also something like for example, sniper rifles, it can be like here and there, because some sniper rifles are apparently easier to get than others. Uh, then it's stuff like handguns are pretty difficult to get in like the UK. It's also, for example, in the UK, pepper spray is illegal to like own or use. Uh, basically, even like a taser is illegal to use. You having like one of those like police sticks, that's against the law to have, like if you're just a civilian. 'Cause the thing is like with here, like self-defense is apparently supposed to be like gauged based off of like stuff. But I was actually having an argument with my friend. Well, not even an argument. Like we both agreed. We were like, I'd rather have like pepper spray here, cause even if a criminal was gonna use pepper spray on me, they wouldn't have to stab me, or they wouldn't have to like assault me if they could just spray me in the face and just take my shit. Rather than like uh, getting like done for like another crime on top of it. He's like, I'd actually love it. Like things with here also weirdly enough, like you can like own a tank and you can have. I think you have to disengage the actual like weapons on it. Or for example, there is like places in the UK where you can actually like pay to drive a tank or to like use to shoot with the tank, but it's like for one side it's pretty expensive. He's like, so well, the only time I've ever seen like guns as either being like the case of like, well, for example, the way that our police work here as well is normally instead of like every police officer having a gun, basically police officers here will have like someone that's like kind of like designated as like a cop with a gun or something like that, like someone who's had like training, and then the rest of the cops won't have guns. Like the cops can have like tasers and uh, stuff like that. Like they can have some equipment, obviously to like defend themselves and also to arrest people. But here it's like if you're a civilian that wanted like a taser, not allowed. Because why do you need a taser? Oh, if someone attacks me, oh well that means you can't because the purpose of it is self defense, and self defense isn't a valid reason to have a weapon on you. That's like how it works here. Even if, for example, let's say you're carrying a stick around with you, if you said you're carrying around a stick for the purpose of defending yourself, they could arrest you for like brandishing a weapon sort of thing. I would love to like even get to fire like a shotgun would be fun. Uh, like the thing when it comes to guns is, for example, we do have like fair things that come up where like you can use like air rifles. They're like not powerful. They come with like little like metal like bead bullet things, and you can like pay. Like I literally like I don't care about the prizes, so I normally just ask the person instead of a prize if I can just have a few more goes on shooting the air rifle. Because the thing is like when I get to use that, it's kind of cool because I can just like practice shooting. It's not anything massive though, because like there's big. It's only a small stand, so you're not shooting from far away or anything. But like, uh, yeah, it's just like, oh hi you. I saw your message last time you like as I was like reading out. I was like, I saw your message saying that you just got in. Yeah, I was like, it was like I technically would have raided out slightly earlier, but I got told that 'cause originally I was like looking into who to raid, and I was like asking sort of like Ham and Strider about like who they would want me to raid into, and then I got told that WoW was gonna go live soon, so I was like, okay, I'll just like stay on a little bit longer until like uh, WoW went live, and I would raid into him. Like over here, like already getting a gun is kind of hard, and there's like a bunch of like loopholes to get a gun here. But then you get like any custom weapons would like probably straight away just not be allowed. Like, I don't think you're allowed silencers or anything like that. Because like I would like to sort of try shooting like an AR or something like that. I would in general just like to be able to shoot guns. I like there is technically ranges here you could go to, but the thing is like they're kind of like here and there between. Like there's not many ranges around here. But why in the world would wearing a sturgeon make it so you wouldn't cross the bridge? Well, you put on a jacket like this, and you pop the collar, and suddenly everyone thinks you're some kind of big shot. All the punks come charging out looking for blood. Your jacket didn't say bring on fights. I've crossed 8 times now, but every time goons show up and beat the crap out of me because I can't make it. It's certainly a unique problem, but there's got to be other dudes wearing jackets like that, right? They aren't all getting mauled by the riffraff. I can't explain it, but when I do, I get so much heat. Does my face piss people off, or is it just my destiny? Destiny's an asshole if that's the case. But alright, at least I can get why you were bleeding out on the pavement over there. Yeah. So here's another idea. Maybe take off the sturgeon. Reading's hard enough for me, let alone having it in Japanese words or stuff like that. It seems to me the source of all the woes, but that defeats the purpose. Love this sturgeon. You wouldn't believe how much trouble I went through to get this sweet jacket. I want to wear it loud and proud. That's my dream. Well, it's a free country, but I'd wager you've got another beating coming down pipeline if you go through with it. That's what complicates things. Oh, I'm sorry. How rude of me. My name is Suda. Suda-chan. Huh? I'm Majima. Majima-san. If you don't mind me saying, you look like a man who can wade into brawls and walk away without a hair out of place. Oh, Strider, when it comes to gun shops, there is like one in my town. Then again, like they mainly deal with like air rifles. But they've also got some World War II stuff. Like they've got some. I think it's like some deactivated ones, but they've got like grenades from World War II and stuff like that. As well as they've got like hunting gear as well, like as in hunting boots and stuff like that. The only thing though is like I rarely see people go in there. I've gone in there a handful of times. I was with a friend who I think he had a gun license, but it was like he could only get like higher caliber like air rifles. The thing is like technically here there's like a level of air rifle where you can own without a license and without going through the gun stuff, but it's like yeah, if you have one that like is over a certain amount, then it starts breaking the law. Not mentioned to use it, like if you want to take it out to use it, you can have to like know where you're taking it out to, like, or have like somewhere to actually use it. The only thing is, I kind of wish like I was I'd love it if I could like own a gun, and I also love it if I had like I got space to shoot it. Not a lot of space, but I got space where I could like essentially set up something for like shooting, but it's just like it's not possible here. Like it's funny enough, like here, actually this is a so although like it's illegal, for example, to have like sniper rifles, shotguns, and that. Yeah, you have to go through like a bunch of loopholes to get them. Something you don't have to go through loopholes here to get is a crossbow. Like here, you can just buy a crossbow or a bow and just arrows or bolts, and it's perfectly legal. Like I remember there was like a crime show that showed it was this like guy who was apparently was bringing in people into his house and basically escorts, and then basically like he would end them at the end of it. It was a crime show, where like there he didn't realize like one of these girls basically got into a hallway. His apartment thing, and the apartment had cameras, so the cameras literally caught him with a crossbow, shoot it down a hall, and then basically the aftermath. But the thing is, like, he didn't realize he was on camera. But yeah, the thing is, like, here you can technically buy a crossbow. At the same time, though, when it also comes to England, an escort is technically not illegal. You know, when it comes to here, it's like I think I've mentioned this before you were here. The thing is, like, in the UK, from what I understand, prostitution is okay, but then having like the pimp is not okay. But at the same time, though, like, if you did try to do something like that in the UK, they'd probably get you on a different crime instead. So, although it wouldn't be breaking the law, if the person's like out on the street trying to, like, let's say, solicit people. I would love to. The thing is, like, when I went to Spain, they had like this like shop that was like selling like swords and stuff like that. It's not like technically we have got like sword and knife shops like here, but I think the nearest one to me is in Southampton. Um, but it was like when it came to uh, well, when it came to like when I was in Spain, they had like this like it was like dual, like kind of like butterfly like knight like butterfly sword thing, and I wanted to like, have it, but I was like thinking about how do I get this back from Spain? Like I don't speak Spanish, so I can't ask someone like how I'm supposed to transport it back. And also, I'm pretty sure if I took it for the airplane, that they would be a bit miffed to see me have just two swords on me. Especially like when it comes to like swords here. Like for example, I went to a Comic Con in I can't remember if it was 2014 or something like that. And I came back with like a wooden sword, and I was getting stopped at all the train stations or like the undergrounds, because like people were just there going like, "Wait, I need to check that's a real sword," and I wanted to show them, they would flinch, and I'm like, "No, you can just take the sword if you want to." Like it's literally just fake. The thing is, I heard that Walmarts have guns, which also I thought was weird. Because like for me, what I understood a Walmart was just a grocery store. Like at least that's like on my idea of what Walmart was. And then I heard that it had some other things that weren't food, so I was like, maybe it's something like a Tesco's where they have like a few aisles of like maybe some like technology stuff or something, or maybe it's something like my last work where it was just like a portion of it's like food and the other part of it's like furniture or something like that. But the thing is like with here, like the concept of having like a place that you buy food and guns and stuff literally just like down the walkway from it is like insane to us. Like, for example, in my last job, we had like a sort of one corner of the store was kind of like food, cleaning supplies, kitchen supplies, some toys for kids. Uh, Other side was some arts and crafts, some furniture, um, and like some garden equipment, and like that was about it. It's also when it comes to uh, here in England as well, it's like uh, one thing is, for example, the biggest store I've probably been in is being something like my local. Well, I say local. It's not the local Tesco's. It's the big Tesco's, and I'm assuming like that in general is not even near as big as some of the places in America. But it's like when it comes to stores here, for example, like something like cereal, you'd have like maybe one aisle for cereal, or and like it'll be roughly the same brands or like a few, like a handful of brands. And I was watching like an American go through like a grocery store in America, and it was like they literally had like uh, it was like a massive aisle, and they had like just tons of different like cereals, and I was like, wait, why do you like? How do they sell for all these different types of cereal? Like, if you're just like someone who's night galley, I hope you get some nice rest. But yeah, it's just when it comes to grocery stores in America, I didn't realize like how big they got. Um, my like opinion on like on the video I saw, um, there's like this massive aisle which would be the size of like two or three of the typical like cereal aisle, and I'm like there just like, a how do people uh actually buy through all this food and not make it all go to waste? B is like when it comes to these massive aisles of like of food, right? How do you also keep track of like dates and stuff like that? Because like there is still like the way my store did it certainly wasn't a good way. My store I was in relied on manual checks, so they only had like one person in department roughly at a time, maybe two. Hi, BB. You alright? Had a nice time with classes? Yeah, well, my last job, like the way we did like food checks was literally just like manually, and then like I think Tesco's does it where like they have like items kind of like as they come in. I think the dates are on them. Yeah, hopefully your class time went well for you, BB. I originally thought you didn't have classes today. Uh, at the same time, I don't also know if you had like any other stuff like on top of that as well. Sorry if this sounds wimpy, but do you think you could help me make my dream come true? Oh, what do you mean? That's probably an impossible imposition, but do you think you could fend off the goons while I stuck proudly across Iowa Bridge? Sorry, but without the help of a guy like you, my dream will never be forgotten, never forever be unfulfilled. I'll have a lifetime of regret. It's, it, uh, well, I can only hope that, like, well, I guess you got like the weekend coming, so at least you're gonna have some freedom there. Like, like for me, as I work the weekend, I was like looking at like today, and I was like, shit, I got like work tomorrow and the day after. But I've only I can't really complain. I literally only have like 2 days of work in a week, at least now, which much preferably over before. Main thing though is like if I had like say a complaint about like my current job, not like massive. It's just basically they have it where I got someone with me that cleans with me, but they basically just sit in the like canteen on their phone most of their shift while I go around actually cleaning stuff.